So the first thing that you want to do is you want to define a function called binary search that is going to be taking in two parameters. The first parameter is going to be the list, which is the list that you're going to be iterating through looking for that element. And the second is going to be the target element, which is the element that we're looking for. As talked about before, for binary search, you need a low variable and you need a high variable. The low variable is going to be equal to 0. It's always going to be equal to 0. And the high variable is always also going to be initialized to the length of the list minus 1. And as we know, the length of the list minus 1 always gives us the last element of that list. Now we're going to be using a while loop because binary search runs on recursion, and this would be the easiest way to do it. And what you want to have is you want to have the condition that while low, so this low variable is less than or equals to the high variable, we're going to be going again and again on this loop, or until the conditions inside the loop are met. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to be able to access the middle element. As we know, we always access the middle element of the list. So you want to start by accessing the middle element, and the middle element can be accessed through middle equals to the low plus the high. So we're gonna have 0, and then we're gonna have plus the high divided by 2. And pay attention to this. This is an integer division. This isn't a float division. It has to be an integer. It has to be a whole number. Now, we're going to have guess. And the guess is the number that we're comparing against our target element. And this guess is going to give us clues if we're like closer to finding that element, or if we're like cold, if we're like really far away from where that element is in that list. And the guess is going to be equals to the list middle element. So that's why we get the middle position, and then we access the middle element, and that is our guess. Now we're going to have a few conditional statements. The first one is if we have the guess equal to the target. So this would be the ideal case. This would give us the best time complexity, because if the first time that we check it, we have the guess equal to the target, it means that we have a time complexity of 1 because we only check one number. So it's a constant time. This usually doesn't happen, but we're gonna start by doing this because this is also how we're going to check if we have actually found the element later in the algorithm. And what you want to do is you're going to return the middle. So the middle is, as we said already, is the position of that element in the list. Now, if the guess in this case is greater than the target element, then what you want to do is, like we said before, if we find this number, if it's greater than the target, what you want to do is you want to get rid of that number, and you want to get rid of all the numbers that are greater than that guess, because they are all greater than the target. So you do not want to check those numbers. You do not want to iterate through those numbers because that's pointless, and that's only going to cost you more time. So in this case, what you're going to do is you're going to make high equal to the middle element minus 1. So now let me explain this. You have the target. Let's say, for example, target is equal to 5, and you have the guess. The guess is equal to 8. So the guess is greater than the target. 8 is greater than the target. The guess is the middle element as expressed before. All the numbers after our guess, after 8, are obviously going to be higher than the target because you know this list is already sorted. So we know that all the elements after 8 are going to be higher than the target, greater than the target. So what you want to do is you want to make high equal to the middle element minus 1. So like we said, guess is the middle element. So we have the middle element being 8. So you do the middle minus 1, we're going to have the high element being 7. And that is going to get us closer to the number 5, which is the target number that we're looking for. Now else, in this case, is that our target is greater than the guess. So if the target is greater than the guess, we're going to update the low variable now. And it's pretty much the same thing as the high variable, but in this case, we're going to add 1. Because now, if we have the target equals to 5, and our middle, it's, let's say, 2, we want to make 2, and all the numbers that are smaller than 2 just go away. We do not want to compare those numbers against our target number. We want to compare greater numbers because we already know that this middle element is lower than the target. So we do not want to compare it again. So after that, you have 2, which is the middle element, plus 1 is 3. So now you're going to set low to 3, basically. And that is how you get you know, when you say if you're colder or hotter to guessing something. So these are all the conditions. The only way this loop can be broken is if you have high and low being equal, and if you have the guess being equal to the target, which means that we have found the element. In a given case that we do not find that element in the list, when that element is not in the list, we already looked for it and it's not in the list, then we just return none. There's nothing to return anymore. And now let's just call the list. Let's see how it works. So let's say I have a list equal to all the numbers from 1 to 10. So it's going to be of length 10. And we're looking for number 6, for example. So let's print. By the way, I'm inside the function. You have to be out of the function. Indentation is very important. You want to have binary search. And you want to input the 2 arguments. So the first argument in this case would be list. And the second argument is going to be the target. So let's say we want to find 6. So what you want to do now is call the array, and you're gonna have 5. And 5 is the index at which the number that we're looking for is at in the list. So we know the list starts at position 0. So if you go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is the position at which 6 is in this list. Now let's say we want to find 9. 9 is at the 8th position of this array, and that is correct because 10th is the 9th element. So it would make sense that the 9 is the 8th element. Now let's say we want to find 90, which is obviously we already have this knowledge that is not here. But when we call the array, and when we call the function, it's just going to return none because 90 is not in this list. And that is how simple binary search works. So we have a time complexity of O log of n time. this is average and this is worst. In rare cases, we have best time complexity of O of 1, which is when we choose the first middle element, that is the element that we're looking for, so it would be O of 1 constant time. And then we just have O of 1 space. We only use a few variables. We're not really using a big data structure like hash tables that are going to take some space. And this is basically binary search. Thank you for watching.